everyone. Today's topic is a creative drama technique, the courtroom drama. Today I would like to introduce a creative and effective drama technique that can be used in the classroom. This courtroom drama activity enables students to both improve their language skills and develop critical thinking. The primary goal of this technique is for students to create an imaginary laws and enact a courtroom sign based on it. This way, students don't just memorize vocabulary, they get the chance to use the language in a context close to real life. Specifically, legal expressions such as to accuse, to defend, and to object are learned naturally. When we come to the implementation process, the process consists of several steps. First, we can start with the warm-up. The teacher initiates a brief discussion by asking questions like who makes the laws or are laws always fair? This stage helps students warm up to the topic and start thinking critically. And the second stage, creative lawmaking. Students are divided into small groups. Each group is asked to create an interesting and unusual law for a fictional future society. This law can be entirely creative. For example, a law that bans walking outside or makes reading books a crime. In the third stage, scenario building. Groups put their law into writing and devise a courtroom sign involving someone who has violated it. Every student is assigned a role: judge, prosecutor, defense attorney, or defendant. Students discuss the details of the incident, where it took place, and whether the defendant is guilty. The last one is performance. In the final stage, groups perform their prepared courtroom signs for the class. These performances are both entertaining and educational. If desired, the class can vote for the most successful group. And now we have some questions about this topic. First question is, who makes the law? Who answered? Masum.
In modern societies, laws are generally created by authorized branches of the state. In most countries, this responsibility lies with parliament, the representatives elected by the people. These representatives draft laws by considering the needs, problems, and expectations of society. However, the process doesn't end there. Government proposals, experts' opinions, and sometimes public demands play a significant role. While people in democratic countries participate indirectly through elections, there is a crucial point to consider. Those who make the laws may not always represent every segment of society perfectly. This can lead to certain groups feeling underrepresented, which brings to us the question of fairness.
Okay, Masum, thanks for your ideas. And the second question is, are laws always fair to everyone?
The short answer is no. They may not always be fair. Laws are typically designed to maintain social order, but every individual circumstance are different. A law that benefits one group might be disadvantageous for another. Factors such as economic status, education level, and social environment change how people are affected by legislation. Furthermore, laws can become outdated and fail to meet the evolving needs of society. History is full of practices that were once legal but are considered unjust today. Therefore, laws must be constantly reviewed and amended when necessary. Being legal doesn't automatically mean being just.
Thank you, Rosha. And the third question, is there a particularly unpopular law in their country? Samet?
In almost every country, there are laws criticized or disliked by a portion of the population. This is usually because these laws are perceived to complicate daily life or restrict freedoms. For instance, high taxes and traffic fines or restrictions on internet usage are frequently criticized in various countries. People are more sensitive to issues that are affect them directly. Additionally, a law may face backlash if it conflicts with social values. The important thing here is that these criticisms are expressed through democratic channels, leading to the restructuring of the law when necessary. As society changes, so must its laws.
Thank you, Samet. And the last question is, are law and justice the same thing?
Well, I think this is perhaps the most profound and controversial question. You know, while law and justice are interconnected, okay, they do not always mean the same thing. Well, laws, you know, refers to written rules, legislations created within a specific system, you know, that are mandatory to follow. Well, justice, on the other hand, is a more abstract concept involving values like, you know, equity, equality, and also rights. Something can be legal but not just. For example, discriminatory practices in the past were entirely legal. However, today they are recognized as inherently unjust. This shows us that while laws are human-made rules, okay, justice is a more universal ideal. A truly effective legal system doesn't just set rules; it aims to deliver justice.
Thanks for your effort, Paris. In conclusion, these four questions demonstrate that while laws are essential for society, questioning and debating them is equally important. Only through this critical lens can we build a more equitable system. This activity is not only about language acquisition but also about raising awareness regarding law and justice. It demonstrates that laws can sometimes be arbitrary and that unjust laws should be open to debate. While most legal systems utilize a specialized terminology, it is not a requirement for the activity. Students do not necessarily need to master legal English to participate effectively. When we come to the white words, the most significant advantage of this technique is that it activates the students. Instead of listening passively, they speak, they debate, and role-play. Furthermore, this activity broadens their perspective by encouraging them to reflect on the concepts of law and justice. In conclusion, the courtroom drama technique is a powerful method that makes language learning fun, interactive, and meaningful. It can be easily implemented in any classroom to foster both linguistic proficiency and creativity. And we are finally coming to the end of my speech. Thanks for listening.